Ronald Lancaster. I am Programme Director of the MBA at Exeter University in England, the southwest of England, which is really rather a beautiful part of the country. We have a full-time one-year programme, which is our core programme. We also have a large degree apprenticeship programme with an MBA top-up, but that's probably restricted to UK residents, or in fact to English residents. And we are part of a triumvirate Exec MBA with the University of Southern Australia, Carnegie Mellon in the States, and Exeter in the UK, and that is focused on defence and space. It's something we are both enormously proud of and something that we are developing ever further, deepening our integration of sustainability. Sustainability has been the fulcrum for our MBA for a long time, and it's something which we are getting ever more passionate about and digging ever deeper into, because it's clearly of vital importance for the existence of the planet. It is woven as more than a red thread, it's the tapestry that holds the whole MBA together, which is why we are ranked number 1 in the UK for our sustainability content and number 10 in the world for that content by Corporate Knights. It's a very interesting matrix of opportunity and outcomes that we see. Firstly, let me go back a bit. We get probably 60–70% of our applicants are applying to us because of our sustainability focus and reputation. So that's the income, the input, if you like, into our cohorts. The outgoing, we see a larger number are imbued with sustainability passion, which is great, so the program is working. But their jobs are not necessarily in sustainability directly. What they do is they take with them that responsible leadership ethos. So yet again, that responsible leadership ethos, which they then take into a variety of different roles, whether that's consultancy or entrepreneurialism or startups or working with MNCs or whatever it may be. I think there are two facets about sustainability. One, I just relate to what we were talking about in terms of graduate outcomes. It was the case that people who went into sustainability jobs, if I can put it that way, would typically end up fairly low down in an organisation with a lower salary than some of their colleagues, because it was seen as an add-on or a new fad or whatever. Now we see that there's quite often chief sustainability officers in organisations. We see that sustainability is rising up the sort of corporate hierarchy in terms of importance. So outcomes are looking much more positive. Sustainability for us, yes, it's a lot about the environment and climate and how the environment and climate affect business and how business can correspondingly affect the climate and the environment. So there's a good two-way switch there. And we have an enormous depth of resource in that space. We've got more of the world's famous environmental scientists at Exeter than the rest of the UK combined. We produce more environmental output in terms of research papers than the rest of the UK universities combined. So we're very, very strong. We walk the walk, we don't just talk it like a lot of other universities do, unfortunately. So yes, we see it as linked to the environment, but we also see it in terms of the way that people conduct themselves in terms of ethics and governance and responsibility. We see it in terms of the way that we try and enlarge people's understanding and empathy towards EDI. So whether it's in accounting and finance, or whether it's in use of AI, or whether it's in branding and marketing, we weave sustainability into all of these programs so that people can see how responsible leadership can be impactful across the whole business landscape. When the program launched, it launched quite a long time ago, but in 2011, we became the WWF One Planet MBA. And so there was a link with WWF, but the reputation for the One Planet MBA grew substantially over a 6-year, 7-year period. 2018, that relationship broke for a number of reasons, but WWF wanted to go in a slightly different way and wanted to take us in a direction that would have meant we couldn't be AMBER accredited, for instance. So the relationship was severed, everyone parts as friends. But we are now looking at rebranding ourselves as the One Planet MBA, because there is still a lot of resonance for that around the world, both from alumni, but even from applicants who ask, are you not the One Planet MBA? Or were you not the One Planet MBA? So we're very keen to do that, because clearly that title, yes, it's memorable and it's snappy, but it absolutely encapsulates our sustainability focus and our drive towards more responsible leadership, inspiring leaders for a better world. The curriculum is, we very recently benchmarked ourselves against pretty much all of the other serious MBAs in the UK. And it was very pleasing to see that our core subject materials are complete. And when you look at the map, there's quite a lot of other institutions where there are little holes in different places. So maybe that was the way we benchmarked it. But it was very pleasing to see that all of the core subject matters that need to be in a serious business degree are covered off. So for that part of it, it's a constant journey for students. But we do have lots of flexibility. We have, firstly, a series of electives. I think currently we're looking at 9 or 10 electives that we offer, so students can pick and mix from there to develop a particular focus or area of interest. And yes, probably 60% of those are around sustainability, but there are others as well, which might be to do with entrepreneurialism or whatever. Still have a certain green tinge to them, but they are deep dives into those subject matters. And then there's a raft of career accelerator skills, or employability skills, we might call them, where we are perhaps uniquely running modules on things like critical thinking. We're running modules on leading neurodiversity. We're certainly doing storytelling, both personal storytelling and corporate storytelling, negotiation skills, networking skills, all of these different things. And I forget how many there are, but I think there's about 15 different of those career accelerator modules, which are not assessed. But what's fascinating to me is that the stuff we teach people in core subjects, let's be honest, it's going to be out of date in a few years' time. The world is changing fast. But the life skills that we teach people, think about that title. It will last them for the rest of their lives and will benefit them for the rest of their lives. And there is a paradox there, because a lot of experience goes into crafting an MBA program, and without wishing to be overly arrogant, I think we know what students need more than many students. And so quite often students will come in thinking that they need to get all the core subjects and they need to get the MBA after their name and job done. If it's not assessed, it's not important, is some of the thinking. But actually, we know very well that people who involve themselves in these life skills, these career accelerator skills, will benefit for the rest of their lives. I was talking to somebody who graduated from Exeter quite recently, and she was telling me that she found it to be the most wonderful place to live as well as to study, because it's in the southwest, it's got a really nice climate compared to several other parts of the UK. It is surrounded by stuff which is of real interest. So the city itself has a lot of history and antiquity, but it's also developing fast, and there's lots of good employers around there. But very close, we've got beaches and the seaside on the one hand, and we've got the moorlands, the Dartmoor and Exmoor on the other side. So whatever your skills, your interests, you can find ways to enjoy yourself as well as learn and study. It's proven to be a very interesting place. And as I think we may have said before, I mean, at one point, there were more trees on Exeter campus than students. It's not the case anymore because the university has grown, but there's still an awful lot of trees. It's built on what used to be an arboretum, so there's some really beautiful specimens around, and it's just a lovely place to be.